Oh no, that's all right. That's a big problem.
I went to the doctor, but I didn't expect him to be a dick. Usually they're not. I feel like in my experience, doctors are polite, almost overly polite, where it's phony and condescending. I go in there, my doctor comes in, he doesn't say hello, he doesn't say good morning, he just walks in, he points at me, which is super aggressive, you know, to start a conversation with somebody like, hey man, you're like, hey, what's up, man? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, what? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, I don't get it. And he goes, has nobody told you that your hair's falling out? And I was like, damn, no. And he goes, oh, sorry. All right. Then he pulls my chart out of the slot, super dramatic, so that it makes a fucking noise. He goes, I'm like, and he goes, wow. And I'm like, really? Wow. Is it full-blown AIDS? Like, why is it wow? And he goes, you weigh 245. And I go like, yeah, like I knew that shit. And he goes, you weigh 245. And I go like, yeah, like I knew that shit. And he goes, you weighed 230 last time you were here. Not exactly what I would call weight loss. And I'm like, are we at a fucking roast or something? Right? Like, what are you doing? Then he says, you know, you're the fattest patient I've seen all day. And I go, it's 9:30 in the morning. And he goes, still. He's like, you know, we ran your blood work. It turns out your muscle enzymes are through the roof. And I go, yeah, man, like, I'm super strong. Like, how is that a problem? And he goes, they're off the charts. I'm like, even better. I'm probably your strongest patient, man. And he goes, I don't think you understand muscle enzymes. And I go, that's true. I don't know what they are. And he goes, well, the only way you could have them this high would be like, A, if you were an Olympic athlete, which clearly. And I'm like, dude, what is the deal, man? And he goes, the other way would be if you were a cocaine addict. And I go, I don't do coke. I don't do coke. And he goes, I'm your doctor. You don't have to lie to me. And I go, I'm not lying. And he goes, I can't treat you if you're not going to be honest. And I go, hey man, aren't cokeheads skinny? Isn't that like part of the deal? And he goes, usually, yeah. The nurse comes in. She takes my chart out of his hands and she goes, oh my God, his muscle enzymes are so high. Maybe he runs marathons. And my doctor goes, look at him. So at this point I go, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me today. I'm going to leave now. And he goes, all right. And he goes, hold on a second. Do you have a ring on your finger? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you're married. And I go, yeah. And he goes, to a guy? And I go, no. And he goes, oh, I thought you were gay. And I go, why? And he goes, oh. I'm like, all right, dude. And he goes, hey, I'm just kidding. And I go, that's fine. He goes, but check it out. And he takes my chart and he shows it to me. And he had written gay ? On my medical chart. And he takes my chart and he shows it to me and he had written gay ? On my medical chart. The thing that gets sent to other doctors has his inside joke written on it. I went home, I told my wife, she's like, oh my God, what are you going to do? And I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, I mean, are you ever going to go back there? I'm like, are you out of your mind? That's the funniest fucking doctor in the world. Of course I'm going back there.
My daughter got her period at my house for the first time. And she came downstairs and she goes, Dad, two things. Number one, got my period. Number two, don't want to talk about it. I was like, number one, great. Number two, greater. And she said, I have to go to Mom's house because she bought me some stuff. And I said, I don't know if you've heard about the new legislation that was just passed, but dads are now allowed to buy things. They're letting us out of the house. So I said, come upstairs. And we went upstairs and I opened the closet next to the laundry room. And in there was one box of all of the each. I had all the kinds, every box that they make. Or at least that were at the store. Because I got there and I was like, oh, that's different. All right, oh, that's different too. And I got all of them. And that cost $217 where I live. And I said, whatever you need for this is going to be in here. Because that is every kind. They don't make any more than that. If you need something that isn't in there, so we are going to have to call your mom. And then she just goes, God, you're so dumb. And she grabbed a box. She goes, it's right here. I know what I need. And then she left. I didn't have anything to do, so I brought back $211 worth of tampons. That is an interesting exchange. There were so many boxes left, and you can't carry them in because they're all individual boxes. So I had to walk into Target, get an empty cart, and just walk out with an empty cart. And people were like, is this bitch stealing a cart? What is going on? So then I loaded it up with all the tampons, and I brought it back in, and I brought it to the exchange counter, and the guy goes, you checking out? And I go, checking in. And he looked at my cart, and he looked at me, and he just goes, I mean, what happened? That is a reasonable question, but I didn't know I was going to get asked, so I panicked, and I just went, she said pancake mix. If we could get this done, everybody's real hungry at the house.
Like if I go back in time tonight and go back to like the 20s, knowing everything I know right now, I don't think I would make a difference. I don't think you guys would even hear about it. I don't think you would. I just don't, like, because I don't have anything to get, you know. Like I would go back and I would see like some guy on an old phone, and I'd be like, hey, eventually they have phones you like carry in your pocket. And they're like, yes, like how do they do it? I'm like, I mean, I don't know how they do it. I think it's a satellite, I think.